What is your favorite anime?
Mine's Skrillex.
Skrillex.
I'm so distanced from human sensibilities and stuff.
Was getting caught part of your plan?
Put your tray tables up and your seat in that full upright position.
See, it works.
Come on, Sven.
It's universal.
Put your tray
This is why we need the video portion.
Put your tray table up and your seat in that full upright position. Because this is the Flight Plan, the official podcast of Big Guy for You Scanlations. Hey, we're Japan's #1 Bane posting manga scanlation podcast.
No way.
Yeah, join the flight crew, Tom and Aiden, as we bants about all the anime, the manga, and the scanlation content. What are we talking about today, Tom?
All right, this is a deep cut. I don't think even you'll get this. Today we're talking about Shinigami Cup Golden Week.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You remember that? Did you ever watch Bleach or did you just read Bleach?
I watched it until the Bounto arc, I think.
Okay, so you would have seen this. I think it was in like the mid-episode little bumper things, like, you know, those commercial things. I think it was Kon, the little like stuffed bear dude. He would say Shinigami Cup Golden. And I think he would talk about the bust sizes of the female Shinigami. I could be making that part up, but I'm probably not.
You know, I think it's time looking in retrospective, we can all admit the dude was not interested, Kubo, was not interested in doing a manga. He was more interested in fashion.
Yeah, and he was good at it.
Yeah, that was the best thing about Bleach.
Yeah.
Because after a while, you're like, wait a minute, this is an awful manga. Like, I watched it for a long time, and I've read it all. The ending
even
and everything.
the heart?
Even the heart.
Wow.
But the best thing and the coolest thing were the cool openings. That was back when shonen anime had like sick openings. Like I had every Naruto and Bleach opening like on my iPod Nano Switch Touch. Like,
oh man, there's too many things that I want to tangent off of. First of all, OP1 of Bleach was so cool.
Dude, that's
what made me watch the show.
Asterisk by Orange Crush or whatever it was.
I don't know. That's a soda. Asterisk by Dr. Pepper.
The song was called Asterisk. That's the best song. You gotta look that up.
It's
That'll
the
be
video
the opening
too.
to this
The video
podcast.
is what like got me interested. I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
It was specifically the 3D pan around him. Do you remember that one part? That was really cool. And I was like, wow, what's anime?
Yeah, well, that was like one of the first things.
Yeah, it's the worst question I've ever.
Yeah. Well, so I don't consider Dragon Ball Z really an anime.
No.
But I do. The first anime I watched was Naruto, and that's what got me into it. And they had cool openings there too. Although I think they had a specific English opening. I don't think it was the same in the Japanese.
Oh man, I can't remember at all, but I can almost guarantee it was not Japanese because One Piece had its own pirate rap.
Yeah, Yayo, which was like. You know, there were actually good One Piece openings, but we got stuck with he ate a bite of Gum Gum.
That's become good in its own right. It's like,
well, yeah, ironically good.
Yeah.
But like there were actually good ones. In fact, there's one that syncs up really well with the Modest Mouse song. What are we talking about this week, Tom?
Well, I was actually going to gracefully transition back. I was going to say years and years and years ago, like 10 years ago now, maybe like 12 even.
When you were 12 years old.
You downloaded like a big pack of anime opening songs, mostly openings, but
from
just anime songs. I don't know from where, but I do know that you gave it to me.
Oh no, and that's the Hot Blood soundtrack.
Cool. Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, and all of like the file names and stuff were in corrupted characters because it's like I think you had the zip that was probably with Japanese names, but you like unzipped it in like a non-Japanese locale, so it was gibberish. To this day, I still have those MP3s and I can't read them. But
I have them. I still know it.
But here's the coolest part because I filtered through a few that I didn't like, and then I kept a few that I did like, and I still would listen to them. I guess even now, to the extent that I listen to music.
Cool.
Yeah, I would watch shows later. Like I would go on to watch shows and recognize where do I know this song?
That did happen to me.
It happened with every single Zatch Bell opening because I watched the show much after I had listened to that soundtrack. And to tie this all up in a nice little bow, the Japanese name of Zatch Bell is Konjiki no Gashbelu. So it's Golden Zatch Bell. Golden as in Golden Week, as in the topic for this week's podcast.
In case nobody knows what Golden
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to let you finish, but we got top of the show garbage to talk about. We can't get right to the topic. We're only 20 minutes in.
5 minutes in, yeah, but...
Yeah, okay. Well, I do have a couple. In classic tradition, I've got a couple pedantic little show note, top of the show stuff.
Excellent. You know, I know we get comments. We get hundreds of comments every day that it's like, I need more grammar corrections corner.
Yep.
I need more like Tom saying, you know, I missed a comma right here, or I should have had a semicolon, this one font was actually a size 12 when I have a size 11 standard in all the panels, and I accidentally messed it up, or I was 4 pixels to the right.
16 is my standard. 16 or 18 depends on the page. And I don't think those hundreds of comments count towards the official comment count, because those are just me sending you messages every day. Hey,
keep leaving me voicemails, Tom. I've been meaning to talk to you about this.
Voicemails are the worst way to communicate to any human being.
Yeah,
it should be it's a violation of the Geneva Convention.
The only thing worse is actually talking on the phone.
No, I much prefer that. 100 days of the week out of 10. Out of all 10. Okay, so anyway, this is an addendum to last week's. I don't know when that came out. I don't know when this is coming out. Last episode with the video game stuff with Tiny Green. You were asking me if I could do stuff like, what was it, like reduce the encounter rate, that kind of stuff, like tweak in-game values. I said no at the time because that was before my final phase of
game ascendance. Full gamer now. You now have the N-word pass.
Exactly, yeah, and I use it all the time just to show off.
Demonetized.
Oh, it doesn't work on YouTube, guys. Sorry, but trust me, it was really epic. It was a real epic gamer moment.
YouTube doesn't recognize the sovereignty of the N-word pass. Write your congressman immediately.
Yeah. Anyway, so the unpacker program that I was using to decrypt all the files so I could edit them, I thought it had a re-edit. Or repack, whatever it's called, re-encrypt. I don't know these terms. It did not, and that was one of the stipulations that the dude said when he gave me permission to translate. He's like, "Yeah, but just re-encrypt all the files." So I was like, "Sure, of course."
Oh, yeah.
And then later I found out, oh wait, not of course, I can't do that. So what I had to do is I had to download a trial version of RPG Maker and then upload or open up.
I had to remake the entire game from scratch.
I did. It was a short game. It wasn't that hard. I had to redraw stuff, it's not that good of art. Yeah, I could do that. Just kidding. So yeah, I took all the decrypted files basically and the translated versions of them, and I threw them into the RPG Maker, and it worked thinking it was my project. It was actually really cool how easy it was to trick the system.
Well, that's not tricking it. You literally just imported a project file.
Kind of.
It would be one thing if you made it in Game Maker and then imported it in RPG Maker.
Oh, yeah.
Or if it was a real, a standalone executable or something.
Right.
That would be.
Yeah, true. But still, I did have to unpack the files.
Well, I'll give you the credit. That's cool hacker man knowledge.
I mean, it's not like it was me. I used tools, but still, it did make me feel like a hacker man. I think I might have had to open up the command prompt once.
Ooh,
Probably not.
You type in
I opened it anyway.
color.0a. It changes it to matrix colors, and then you type ipconfig, and then boom, you're in.
I always did color A1, which was disgusting. It was I guess green background and
that's already
blue,
stopped. Yeah,
blue text, but it was a barbecue
zero
sauce
A
though.
is
So
the best.
Yeah,
that's.
Where was I? Oh, so it turns out RPG Maker is actually a really cool program just to mess around with it. They have visual stat growth curves for each character that you could easily manipulate. You just click a point on the curve and it changes. It was really neat. I didn't get too in depth because I'm not going to change the actual files. All right, but that's that top of the show note. And I have one more, which is even less related to anything of relevance, which is the true top of the show note criteria right
Pure
there.
Kino.
Yes. Audio Kino.
It's like that one dude who listens to those. He puts those headsets on and then he listens to music and he starts crying because he's a hardcore audiophile, and it's a $35,000 set of glass tubes, in Steins Gate when he has the clock.
Oh, what are those called? Fermi tubes?
It's something like that,
I don't
but
know.
they use that in audio, it's analog audio now that they can make, and it's amplifiers. Dude, if you Google audiophile setup, they're insane. They're absolutely insane.
Was he crying because he realized that it sounds the same as $10 Walmart headphones?
So. They have the thing where they can't let wires touch the ground, so it looks like little telephone poles across their room because they don't touch the ground. Yeah, they're insane. Audiophiles are insane. insane.
I knew they were insane, but I thought it was more like I'll just get like $10,000 or more, realistically like maybe like $1,000 headphones.
There are people,
I thought that was the extent of it.
There are people that carry portable amplifiers that are the size of their brick so they can listen to music properly on their cell phone.
Music isn't even that good.
It's not even that good.
Like in general, as a concept.
Okay, here's the thing. $80 headsets, you're good to go. You can hear everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't want Beats by Dr. Dre. They're trash. Like they're actually trash. I can tell the difference in that. But like you get like a Sony MB5, like it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Like what do you even listen to? Like,
I don't know.
Because the music has to be equally good.
Yeah. So it's like you'd have to get like super FLAC quality. Like each song is going to be a gig long.
No,
like,
I don't even mean the quality, like where they get the files, but like what song is worth that?
Oh, nothing.
Like
That's why
not
they're
even like the
insane. It's a
greatest
cult.
like a Beethoven or Bach or whatever. Like pick your favorite like composer throughout history.
Yeah.
You know, Big E or no, I don't know.
Tupac,
Yeah.
Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah.
That's
Just pick a JoJo stand. Notorious B.I.G.
Zewardo.
Yeah, that was my favorite band. Anyway, so then the next point was I've found that the best way to experience relatively old school RPGs, I'm talking like a few generations ago, like PS2 and up, the best way to experience them is not to play them because nobody wants to play them and nobody has 50 hours, 80 hours. So you watch what's called the movie of it. And this is how I played, which they're not RPGs, but this is how I played, quote unquote, all of Uncharted and Last of Us. Somebody just compiles like all the cutscenes and relevant like gameplay footage.
I mean, basically, aren't those cutscenes anyway? Like the movie.
Well, those are, yeah. But I just recently did this technique with Final Fantasy X. This is actually relevant, so I'm gonna tie this in somehow. While I was watching it, you know how they have Albed, which is the language of like the Albed people.
Okay.
And as you play the game, you get like little books that teach you how to learn it. So the subtitles will have like certain letters converted to English. It's kind of cool. Anyway, that reminded me of the only video game that I know of to feature an Albed translation. Charles Barkley, Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. And I was thinking, shoot, I should have had an Albed version of Tiny Green. What kind of translator am I to not provide a full range of linguistic...
We should do an episode on Charles Barkley, Shut Up and Jam Gaiden.
How could you
the second
justify
one
that?
out?
No, never. How could you justify that, though? That's not at all anime.
We'll also
or...
do the Konosuba one. Charles Barkley is anime. That's an anime game.
I mean, not literally, but in spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's a fun game. It's actually not that great mechanically. Like, but
the lore, the deepest lore is the best. Do the Chaos Dunk.
Yeah. I know we've talked about it before because I know on our first video game related one, I quoted the save point things liberally. And actually, I think they mentioned Final Fantasy X even. I don't know. I'd have to check.
Anyway.
Yeah. That was it. That's all my top of the show stuff. Now we're free.
We're free to get to the main topic that you've all come for.
What was that again?
I don't know. I think
okay.
it was Charles Barkley in
All
video
right,
games.
so you can find us on
how many
YouTube.com/
episodes in a row are we going to make that joke where it's over?
I don't know.
Like, every episode
until the podcast
It's been like
crashes, so
the
no
last
survivors.
5.
We can't generate new content. We have to go back to the old tried and true jokes.
All right, so if you don't know what Golden Week is, it's a big holiday in Japan. It's one of their biggest ones in the year. There's like 3 big week-long events in Japan, and Golden Week is one of them. I think it's the earliest one if you don't count New Year's. I didn't know this until I started doing the research. It's actually a collection of 4 holidays within a 7-day period. That blew my mind, which is crazy. And it's
It makes sense though. Like,
Yeah.
why would they call it Golden Week? Like, what would that come from?
Exactly. So in combination with some really well-placed weekends, Golden Week is like one of the 3 busiest holiday seasons besides New Year and Obon Week, which I think they misspelled and said Udon Week because I don't know what Obon.
I've heard it before. OBON, right?
Yeah.
I've heard it before. I wonder if that's the summer festival.
Is that the festival that they do at all the high school animes?
Where they confess under the fireworks, but the person they're
it's always the same, and they all have the Yakuzas, and they have that weird
the Yakuzas. Yeah, they're all wearing Yakuzas.
And they have that balloon on like a string. It's like a water balloon thing. You know
I don't know that one. I know they do fireworks.
And then they have fireworks, but they're like squatting down, and it looks like I don't get it. Like there's like sparklers.
Yeah,
they have like the weirdest fireworks. I was trying to come up with the words sparkler to say it, but I kept thinking sizzler. Yeah, they have the sizzlers. They all go to Sizzler.
They all eat the summer steak. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Obon is. You should have looked it up. Wow. Wait, you had to look up anything? I thought you were an expert.
Well, I am an expert, but I wanted to verify all of my stuff. Anyway, it's the week from the 29th of April to early May. Hey, that's this week.
No way. Well, dude, what are the odds?
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, though, hey, that was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, or rather, it's probably just now ending as we release this. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
So it's... We'll read from the official Japanese guidelines of Golden Week.
The ones that we wrote, because we're the official podcast of Golden Week.
The official podcast of Japanese Golden Week. The national holiday laws, they have holiday laws there, promulgated in 1948, declared 9 official holidays. And since many were concentrated in a week spanning to the end of April to early May, many leisurely based industries like karaoke, cat cafes, and lowly pantsu vending machines experienced spikes in their revenue.
I don't think that's in the official description of Golden Week. Why would they talk about maid cafes?
Yeah, I got this from their tourist board.
All right. Everything else seemed to check out.
In 1951, the film Jiu Gakuru recorded higher ticket sales during this holiday-filled week than any other time in the year.
What a surprise. The one day that Japanese people get off from their miserable like corporate lives. Yeah. Worse than even here in like,
Well, the impressive thing was it was even more so than New Year's and Udon Noodle week. Okay. This prompted the managing director to dub it Golden Week, based on the Japanese radio lingo Golden Time, which denotes a period with the highest listener rating.
So it's kind of like Black Friday in terms of nomenclature.
Yeah, kind of. There's also Golden Hour, which is the hour that natural sunlight makes for the best pictures outside.
I think
that's unrelated.
That's like when they always try to record movies.
Yeah.
And then they have like the midnight hour too. That's when they record the raunchy movies. And but it's all staticky.
They push those thoughts into the TV. Yeah. So like all holidays around the world, it's a big conspiracy to sell you stuff, it seems like.
Yeah, but you get days off. It's not like Valentine's Day or Mother's Day or any of those made up ones. Like you actually get a whole week off of work.
China also does something similar, but I feel like they do that the whole month off, and I can't remember which month it is, but it's like their Chinese New Year or something.
No
I think
way, they
take
do
the whole
month.
Yeah, like all the import business is shut down. You have to have things like done before. Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, it's not so much that it's officially shut down; it's that you're not going to get these people to do any work. Kind of like Spain.
These people. What do you mean by that?
Don't worry, I have the C word pass.
Chinese. That's what it means. The cool guy.
All right, so we're starting April 29th. Every year is Showa Day. Showa no Hi. It's the day that they all shower.
Is that shower? Oh, okay. Is that based on Showa era?
It's from Emperor Showa, who died in the year 1989.
Okay, well here I was actually gonna bring this up later in the episode, but I'm gonna blow your mind because I did not know this. You know how there are different eras like Showa era, Heisei era, whatever.
The Shogun era, the Ping Pong Dynasty.
Actually, Shogun era, I don't think was an actual era. That's just referring to like a rough like time frame where like shoguns were a thing. But anyway, the emperor who was reigning during an era, when he dies, he is posthumously named that era. So like, you just said Emperor Showa, right?
Yeah.
That's actually Emperor Hirohito from World War II and stuff. After he died, they named him Emperor Showa after the era during which he reigned.
Weird.
Isn't it?
Now, what if there were two in that?
Well, nowadays, which I don't know when they started that naming thing, because eras used to be like just kind of haphazard. Like they named one era, like they found copper in like some kind of like prefecture or something. So they're like, oh, this is the copper era now. So they were kind of willy-washy.
Willy Wonky.
Yeah, they were kind of Willy Wonka.
They all got the golden ticket, the copper ticket.
But I think it was like in the 1800s that they started to tie them in with emperor lifespans or like rulings or whatever. So I actually don't know to answer your question. But I did look this up to confirm. Like when you go to like the World War II Wikipedia page in Japanese, every time they talk about Emperor Hirohito, they say Emperor Showa instead.
Wow, now they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
obviously, like old textbooks before he died.
yeah.
I think he died in '89. Old textbooks won't have like.
Interesting.
It'll say Hirohito, I'm sure. But it was so weird.
That sounds like a cooler name. Hirohito is a cool name.
You think a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound
Besides Emperor Shower, like, that's
yeah,
not
it's
very...
like, what was he, smelly or clean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it ironic, like a fat guy being called tiny, or was it actually a tiny guy called tiny?
Yeah, so that's the first day of Golden Week. That's the first holiday.
I wasn't even paying
Showa
attention.
Day. Okay. You weren't even paying attention to the conversation you were engaged in. You were literally talking in the conversation, replying.
When I listen to this episode again, I'm sure I'll also not notice.
All right, so May 3rd is the next one, and that's Constitution Day, or Kenpo Kenibi. On this day in 1947, the new post-war Constitution was put into effect.
I think you mean 1776.
Will rise again.
Something like that, yeah. This was, you said post-war Constitution, post-World War II? Like, basically the one that we probably wrote for them?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, that we, in quotes, wrote for them.
Well, we forced upon them, I'm sure. So basically, it's the American Constitution Day is what I'm hearing. And that's how I choose to interpret it. So if we were to go to Japan there during that day, which was maybe even today, I don't know when we're...
May 3rd, so it was yesterday.
Ah, okay. Oh, today's the 4th? Cool. Now everyone knows. If we were to go there, I'm sure they would all be dressed up as like Texan cowboys and stuff. And
Yes.
Like, cool. So we would have blended it right in. Nobody would have even noticed us. Like ninjas. But American ninjas, which is just a cowboy. Ninja warrior.
Oh, dude, you know it would be sick? Like a cowboy versus ninja battle. Like,
in what context? Like a movie?
I don't know.
Or...
Yeah, like they have cowboy versus samurai, don't they? Cowboy
in
versus...
what context? What do you mean?
I think there's a movie.
Okay. Wait. There was a show on like Discovery or one of those kind of channels.
Cowboy Bebop.
No. Where they would have like Ancient Warrior A versus Ancient Warrior B.
Oh, that's cool.
And they would like talk about like it was basically like theory crafting.
I love the
nerds.
fact that like Japan has like the ancient samurai as like a heroic figure, an ancient warrior, and America has a cowboy. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like a big old Texan. We got the Alamouse. We got the boom boom. Like
the Alamouse.
The Alamo.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That one meme. Remember the Alamo?
And aliens. Where else in the world did aliens crash?
Yeah.
No, it's America.
Well,
God bless.
South Pole too.
Well, in the ancient Nazi base, yeah, they came from the Hollow Earth and the South Pole in Antarctica. But that's another podcast.
That's every podcast, actually. We talk about that every podcast. This is the official Antarctica Girls podcast, so we have to talk about it.
So May 4th is their next holiday, which is today, and that's called
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah,
you're going for that?
Yeah, they do that because the Japanese just love Star Wars, so they wanted to enshrine it in their national holiday. No, I'm kidding. That's pretty cringe. It's Greenery Day, which used to be April 29th, but then they moved that for Emperor Showa.
It used to be April 20th, if you know what I mean, dude. Greenery Day.
420. Yeah, so it used to be their old one, and they switched them or something.
What is Greenery Day?
So this day is dedicated to the environment and nature and all that stuff, because the emperor loved plants and nature.
All right, that's I got it. That makes sense.
May 4th used to be a national holiday due to a law which declares a day that falls between two national holidays a national holiday. So it's like if you have a normal day that's being sandwiched by two national holidays,
I can picture it.
It automatically becomes a national holiday.
Well, it's just like Go. The game Go.
I've never played it. I don't have a high IQ.
I think it's also called Othello, the one with the white and the black.
Shakespeare, right?
No, you know what I mean, like the white and the black things, and then like you sandwich them, and then you flip them over to get your color.
I'm not sure the rules, but I'll take your word for it.
I think it's a race war simulator. I don't know. It's all about converting one color to the other.
Well, there's Go, and then Othello is different than Go.
I don't know that to be true or false.
I think that's true.
They use the same pieces. I think
the one with the beads.
Yeah, like
no, there's one with
white.
beads that's different.
You think it Mancala?
No, that's the one with like the egg carton beads.
Oh, that's what I thought you were thinking of.
No, I'm thinking about it's just like a grid pattern.
Go watch Hikaru no Go. I believe that's about Go.
I read an awesome book. It's called The Glass Bead Game, and it's about how the entire world is like predicted on what's basically like very esoteric, occultish go glass bead game thing.
Are you thinking of in Men in Black at the end when they zoomed out and the galaxy was a marble
it's
game?
not like an Inception thing like that. It's more like a...
Is this supposed to be real life, like some kind of Illuminati conspiracy? Or
This is a literature
fiction?
thing. Yeah, it's great. It's a great book.
Sounds cool.
So May 5th is Children's Day. Kodomo no Hi. No hi, no he.
He.
I got it right the first time. Yeah, the Boys Festival.
He or she, because, children could be either sex.
Right, but the Boys Festival, Tango no Seko, is celebrated on this day. Families pray for the health and future success of their sons by hanging up carp streamers and displaying samurai dolls, both symbolizing strength, power, and success in life. The Girls Festival is celebrated on March 3rd.
It sounded like you're going to say, like, they celebrate... Oh, how did that sentence go? It was like, they celebrate...
the Boys Festival.
The success of their boys by hanging them. Like, what? I don't know.
Those are the 4 holidays that comprise Golden Week, and then you got some well-placed weekends and days in between that are automatically national holidays due to that national holiday law.
What a cool rule, dude.
Yeah,
you
that's
just
pretty
create
base.
2 holidays by creating one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no,
if
you'd have to create...
No, because if there's an existing holiday, you can just create one more holiday 2 days later, and then you're de facto creating a second holiday.
Yeah.
That's cool. I want to do that.
But they have less throughout the year. I think they only have like 3 big ones, but it's like 3 weeks out of the year.
I only have like 8 or 10 at work.
They have like President's Day and like Martin Luther King.
So, dude, from like January to like May, late May, whatever that one is, Labor Day maybe, I don't have any vacation, or I have vacation days throughout the year, but I don't have any work holidays. That's probably normal, but for me, that's depressing.
Well, we did have an awesome holiday trip. We took an official company-sponsored, BG4U sponsored trip to Japan to see their Golden Week festival.
I forgot about that. I legitimately forgot about that. That's how exciting it was. We went to a Japanese restaurant. We got some ramen noodles.
No, we went to a festival, and there were like the main goal basically was to find other people to socialize. Waifu. Yes,
didn't work.
Yeah, no, some of them were high effort, but then some were not.
So this will sound creepy. I really don't mean it in a creepy way.
but I don't want to hurt people.
But like it was so cute. I saw a girl in a wheelchair who had like a sailor outfit on, like she was like in a Japanese school or something. I was like, it's like I don't know how to say anything without coming off like as a creep, but I'm not thinking about it in a weird way. Yeah, it was. It was very wholesome.
Yeah, it was actually a very wholesome festival because even as wholesome as it gets, because it's like it's not degenerate. It's like
probably not. I mean, in a way, I don't want to admit it, but they're our people.
Yeah, they are. You can feel a kindred spirit to somebody who's dressed up in a Naruto headband, because it's like, shoot, there, but for the grace of God, go I.
And you know what? They had a better time.
They did have they had a great time. Yeah. They were dancing. They were doing the Haruhi dance on stage.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. I don't know, but it might as well have been.
Yeah. Well, also they were with friends. That was our big mistake.
Yeah. Need a group of weeaboos to go in a full matching attire.
Yeah.
Basically, the idea was to get there, and if you couldn't find a waifu, was to explore all the different stalls and basically to get some Japanese street food, because that's pretty good.
That's all I want. Whenever I travel, it's just to eat like their weird food.
Yeah.
That's the only advantage.
Go to McDonald's in every country.
Yeah. Unironically, yeah, because they're slightly different.
It is different, yeah, especially in Japanese McDonald's. Those are all pretty crazy.
Man, I'll never try those McBurgers, whatever they were called. They were like America burgers. They had like a Texas one, a Hawaiian one, which had like a pineapple slice, dude. A pineapple slice.
See, I don't even like pineapple.
Oh, pineapple's like one of the best foods.
I would do the Texan burger. It was like a barbecue McDonald's burger, I think it had or something with onion rings. Yeah.
Was it onion rings or like those like shredded? Like,
I think it was both.
Fried onions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of like the Angry Whopper.
They call it like onion nest or something.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. There's like the Detroit Smash. Like,
this was like a decade before.
Well, they love to. I think there was a Detroit burger though. For some reason,
maybe
like people in other places of the world think Detroit is like a destination. Like, win a trip to Detroit.
You know Ni no Kuni, right? That took place in Hot-Troit, which was like Detroit.
But it was
also a few decades back, so maybe it was back when it was more Motor City-ish.
Yeah, well, see, that I think they still think it's like that, but it's not. It's a jungle. Like,
Well, they get Paris syndrome too. That comes from Japanese tourists who go to Paris and expect Paris, and then they don't get Paris.
Yeah, they don't. They're getting
Who knows what
Saudi
they get?
Arabia.
Who knows what they get? But that's for a different podcast.
The sad part was I wanted takoyaki and I wanted taiyaki. Takoyaki are those little dough balls with octopus in them.
Yeah, you might also know them by the name takoyaki.
Whatever.
Well,
and taiyaki.
It's free. I'm not to correct you. So people listening don't get confused.
Taiyaki are those fish things you see in anime all the time. It's like a fish pastry with like red bean paste in the center or something.
But it's actually not made out of fish, which I thought it was.
Yeah, no, it's like a sweet thing, and it can have different fillings.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to try one, but the line, 45 minutes, and it's like
so it was a line of stalls, kind of like side to side to side, and we saw like 3 or 4 people like at each stall right in front. But then there was a line that seemed to it was like a human moat, but like above ground. I couldn't find out. I knew where it ended, obviously, because it was like way out.
It was a quarter mile, yeah.
But I could never see where they branched off into each individual food stall. It was like a mono line for every stall. It was the weirdest thing. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, so we gave up waiting in line because I didn't want to wait an hour for one little snack that you also have to pay $5 for.
Yeah, it's like
which is way
fair
overpriced.
prices.
Yeah, so what we did instead is we left the festival and went to Tokyo to have some authentic ramen, and there they had appetizers of taiyaki. What'd you say?
Takoyaki.
Yeah, tacos and yakis.
And yakis, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yakis or yakis, those are actually like a chip thing, right? Those little tubes.
Those are takis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Well, right, T and Y are right next to each other on the keyboard, so
Yeah,
in my mind,
you
they're
fat
the
fingered
same
your
thing.
mind.
Yeah.
But that was pretty good. If you haven't had that, see if you have a local Japanese like authentic place around you. I actually really like that. Did you like the takoyakis?
I don't know. I don't like the hold on. I kept wanting to say the taco part.
I don't like the ground beef and seasonings.
Well, no.
You didn't like the octopus part.
Taco does mean octopus. I was doing a big brained forgetting English thing.
You were like blurring your since you've lived in Japan so long now that
we
it's like
just
blurring.
went there, so
Yeah.
it was really confusing. I was like one time in college.
Came back to our native land of Saudi Arabia.
I don't know why this. Well, speaking of, I don't know why this one always stuck out in my mind, but I was trying to say the word desert, and I just couldn't think of the English word for it. I was like, "What's going on?" Yeah. Where was it going? Oh yeah, I don't think I like the octopus part because it's like kind of squishy.
I thought it was cooked really well, and it has a good flavor. It was good.
I mean, it was okay, but the fact that I knew I was eating an octopus and I didn't know exactly which part could have been like a sucker.
It is the suckers.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean? It's their.
I don't know.
Their
I thought it
arms.
was the head juice or the head.
No.
meat.
So I don't think they serve that.
Or even if it is like the tentacle meat, it doesn't necessarily have to be the suckers.
Well, if you look at I went and investigated. I did excellent research before we got on the plane to Japan.
I cut open my takoyaki. I did some investigation.
Yeah, no. You can go on YouTube and check out these cool street vendor people cooking them, and the way they cook them, it looks like big little muffin tins that are balls and stuff. And yeah, it looks like the whole little arm of the octopus that they just slice up and they threw it in.
See, it seems gross.
It's so
to me.
good. It was really good. Have you ever had calamari?
No.
Oh, that's pretty good. Like fried calamari is pretty good.
I don't like seafood unless it's salmon.
It's like the lamest
or
seafood.
popcorn shrimp.
Okay.
Or hush puppies for Popeye's chicken.
Hush puppies, daddy. Hush. We ain't got time for hush puppies.
I don't know what that's from.
I don't know what it's from either, but I know Joey's
funny.
World Tour always says
Oh, it's probably from him.
hush puppies. Nah, we ain't got time for hush puppies.
Yeah.
No, but if you like popcorn shrimp, you will like fried calamari. Because the only thing you taste in popcorn shrimp is the fried dough.
Yeah, that's what I like.
That's the only thing you're gonna taste.
Okay.
It's more like a texture. Although I did hear that some low, unscrupulous restaurants. I don't know if it was in China itself or it was Chinese restaurants or wherever you get it. But instead of using actual squid, they were using pig anuses.
That was a big thing. Yeah, they even did that here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I'm sure I've eaten some pig anuses.
This was like 8 years ago, back when I was like listening to NPR podcasts.
Why?
Because I was in like high school and college. I thought I was cool and smart.
I'm so erudite. I watch Rick and Morty.
Well, whatever, dude. I never fell for that trick, okay? I mean, I watch Rick and Morty, but I don't think I'm smart for it. Yeah, and that was one of their episodes that they did where they would replace calamari with pig anuses. And apparently it's like the same.
I did listen to Radio Lab. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
It was either that or this.
I don't
American
consider
Life.
that NPR.
It is. Too bad. Too bad?
It's a different strain.
No, it's all the same.
I like the one where they went and explored how people got AIDS. That was an interesting
I don't
one.
remember that.
It was like the meme is that Africans got
monkey.
it from monkeys, but it was from intercourse with monkeys. But they say it was more likely a hunter had wounds from the monkey and the bloods got mixed.
Honestly, though, I mean, I don't know how African hunters live their lives. I'm not going to make cultural judgments on them. But I think if I were to get AIDS from a monkey, chances are it's from a wound and not from raping the monkey or being raped by the monkey.
Well, I mean, for the longest time, that was the... First of all, AIDS isn't even real. That's a government. It's conspiracy.
Just inject $1 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like...
That's like nukes aren't real. That was the funniest conspiracy I've ever heard.
Nuclear bombs aren't real.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it, so nuclear bomb deniers don't come at me. But
I think I watched a YouTube video about that.
on the
That was
face
pretty
of
good.
it, it's just
My favorite
It's like
is
of all
still,
the things to deny. I don't know.
I like there are no trees on the flat Earth. That's the best one.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
the best video.
That's the best meme.
I'm gonna watch that. Okay, you can find us at reusing the same jokes twice an episode. I'm gonna go watch that one.
Yeah, if you like conspiracies like the flat Earth stuff, this is the sequel to Flat Earth. He explains how all mountains are just the remnants of big trees, like you'll
Tree
dress.
stumps, basically.
Yeah, it's really cool. Go watch it.
It's so stupid, but it's really cool.
So that was the festival, and
Was it?
yeah, basically.
Oh, the festival we went to. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a letdown, but we didn't know what to expect, and we didn't stay that long, so whatever.
So another thing is Persona 4 Golden Week edition.
Of
They have a. I was just scrolling through things. What is Golden Week?
I'm typing in the word golden and then anime.
Gotta get something. Need content.
That's probably the first time I was exposed to the idea of golden.
I
Week,
think so
though.
too. That's why I think it's also the first exposure for a lot of different people because the Persona games are very popular and so are the animes.
Yeah.
And we all love to eat beef bowls and push thoughts into TVs. Like
Of
that's
course, yeah. I didn't have anything to say about Persona.
yeah. Well,
listen to our
This-
award-winning Persona episode.
oh yeah, we do have an episode on that.
I
You
still
can-
haven't beaten Persona Q2, and I probably won't beat it before it comes out in English in 2020.
Yeah, something like that.
That's sad.
You know what does also come out in 2020, which is unfortunate.
I said
What?
you.
Oh.
Comes out in 2020.
No, it's R. Persona 5R, not you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a Wii U port.
I've been wanting to play Persona 5, but now I have to wait until the new one comes out because they've got a new waifu on it. I don't even like the gameplay of Persona. I just want to see the menus. I like the stylistic art style and all those different things. So I just want to play it for that. Transition into that is if you have a PS4, Golden Week PS4 sales are going on now, you guys.
Whoa.
It's so exciting.
I hope this episode comes out beforehand.
It probably won't. but
This time next year.
But Persona 5 is already like one of the golden platinum sellers,
But
so
why
it's
would-
always $20, so it
I
didn't
didn't
get
know they
affected
did
by the
that.
sale.
That's like
the core games or whatever.
Yeah, but that's how they determine it, like by sales, and then they're like, well, now it's 20.
Like I think it's PlayStation Essentials. I think is what it's called.
But the
But it's
selection
something like
criteria
that, yeah.
isn't sale based, or is it
I don't know.
sales based?
I don't know.
Uh,
But yeah, I've never seen it lower than.
Who
But it's
would
already
buy it, though?
$20.
Who would buy it now when the sequel?
Well, it's a year away. That's
like who would buy a Switch now when like the new Switches are going to be announced in like E3?
Yeah, but then they're still not going to be out for another year.
I don't know. You never know.
Like,
The Dreamcast came out the day it was announced.
I mean,
That's why it
Persona
did so
5 already came out like 3 years ago now, and I've waited 3 years. Why not wait
Yeah,
another?
exactly.
And you know what's great? I've gone this long without being spoiled on it. Like,
well. That's because who talks about it?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like I literally don't know any of the. I don't even know all the party members.
Yeah.
Honestly, especially not their names. I couldn't put them out of a lineup.
Well, I think the new one's going to be the top waifu. Because
She looks pretty good.
My current default waifu pick was one who just like has no screen time.
It was Yukari. That was no. What was her name?
That was Persona
was
3. Haru. She's like
She's the nerd girl,
no,
the computer girl.
no, that's Futaba.
Oh, I liked her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's garbage. She's like normie.
she's like
tier.
the
She's a
diva.
normie pick, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the new one's gonna be good because she's a gymnast and she wears a leotard.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and there was rumors that she was supposed to be the femme MC, but they did that away. Now you can romance.
I don't think those are real rumors. I think those are speculation.
Futaba is probably going to be a playable party character in this one now, which is
She's
cool.
a stupid character. Who cares?
That's cool.
Dumb character. They're all bad characters.
And then there might be a human version of the cat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which would be interesting. They're pulling a Teddy.
Yep. Before we pivot away from Golden Week, this Golden Week is actually a very special one because the Emperor, now former Emperor, has stepped down or is about to step down. I don't know the chronology of this, which I think is like the first time in like maybe all of history or like recent history. I don't know. It's very unprecedented, basically. That
like the Pope did a couple of years ago.
Did he step down?
Yeah, he got forced. Well, he got blackmailed.
Oh, okay, yeah. He got like suicided, but he got retired.
They're like, you need to.
Anyway,
and then the Antichrist came in to be the new Pope.
Well, that's for a different podcast. So, because he stepped down, the current era is now over. Heisei is no
longer my friend.
I was trying to read or rhyme. Heisei is out of the way.
Heisei can say, "Hey, see you later."
That.
Well,
that was worse and better than mine somehow.
What is the new era then?
Reiwa is what it's called.
The era of the horse, the year of the horse.
So I have some interesting some word trivia on the new era Reiwa. So like all previous.
When's the Pikachu era?
That's coming up.
Detective Pikachu.
That's when Satoshi Tajiri dies.
We should do a podcast on the new Sonic. That'll get clicks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. This will be the 30-second clip.
What else is
that
golden? The rings that Sonic collects.
Oh, wow.
Okay. That was a good
There's
clip.
that picture of the comic author who... He kind of looks like Stone Tough. No, he has rings all over his face as piercings.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sonic comes
gross.
and like shoves his head up his butt.
Yeah.
Anal vor.
What is this? Avengers Endgame? I don't want that.
That was the best spoil. We're gonna spoil the ending of Avengers Endgame, but Ant-Man crawls into Thanos' butt and then goes big size.
It would work. I mean,
why didn't they do that?
No one's sphincter is that powerful.
I was reading a thread and somebody said that as a spoiler, and then somebody reacted really upset that he spoiled the movie for.
I mean, I know their writing.
I'm going to see it today.
I know their writing has gone downhill, but for anyone to actually believe it's been that bad or it's gone that bad.
And then there's that other post where he's like, I came out to my parents that I'm into anal vor. Like he was like at Thanksgiving and he like came out to his family and he's like, my family shunned me. They just don't understand. I was trying to open up to him. And it was like, why would you tell your family?
Oh, that's so sad. If you're into that, seek help. Like, stop doing whatever you do. Just do the opposite of everything that you do, and then you'll get better.
Excellent clip.
Anyway, so all the past era names, oddly enough, have been taken from like Chinese literature. A lot of weird, like Japan gets a lot of stuff from China, and as a Japanese
like their
supremacist,
language.
I don't agree with that. Like be more proud of who you are, basically.
Yeah.
Seems weird. But this is the first one, maybe ever, to get its name from Japanese literature.
Oh, the year of traps.
Boys. No, we made it, boys. We are, it's called The Heart. That's the new era name. No, it's Reiwa, which
is from Evangelion.
If you're ignorant of Japanese literature from the 8th century, I'm sure you're not.
Yeah,
pretend for a second.
I know all of the passengers are basically fluent in that.
Of course, yeah. Real Japanese, who knows? But 8th century Japanese literature, whew, easy stuff. But
8th or 18th?
8th. So like
700. Do the centuries go back that far?
Yeah.
Do they?
That's like saying, is 8 a number? I know 21st is a number,
that's like so
but is
far
8
away.
a number?
Were we writing back then?
Who's we? I mean, America wasn't a thing, which I know history started in 1776, but they had fake histories too.
I don't, honestly, anything before I was born, I just don't even think exists.
Well, there's no way to prove it. Anyway, if you were to look at the characters of the name, the spelling, you would think it means like order and peace. Order as in like Not like, can I take your order, but as in like,
I think we all got it.
This is my command. I am ordering you, and then peace.
Commanding you to peace.
So as an ignorant gaijin that I am, I thought it was like, whoa, they going militaristic. We're gonna establish peace through order and commands. You will do as we say. Breed, says Abe.
Based.
But no, apparently it's like an ancient archaic version. It's like an ancient archaic reading or definition of the character Rei to mean like
absolute territory.
It means like auspicious or something.
What does that mean?
I don't know, man. It's one of those words that you hear all the time and you're not quite sure. I think it means like,
I could use it in context.
I think it means like beneficial, maybe even like profitable or something. Good luck, like happy, like I don't know.
Auspicious. Adjective. Conducive to success. Favorable.
Excellent. See, this is episode 20 of the Dictionary Cast.
That's why we're number 1 on iTunes educational podcast.
Very educational, yeah. I got kind of excited. You know, I'm not big into military or whatever, but I thought it could be cool from like a detached global perspective to see. Like,
I just want to see something burn at this point.
I just wanted them to, you know.
I want the happening that Ron Paul said. Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get rid of it. Like
I just want to see Gundams, man. That's what it comes down to, really.
Seriously,
I mean,
yeah.
I just want to see Japan say like, okay, we military now and we Gundam now, and like just.
I want them to go to
they
space.
Have one.
I want them to
why
do
not
everything.
1,000? Mm-hmm. And why not?
I want
a working
army,
one.
An army of Gundams.
Yeah, a Gunda army, if you will. But yeah, I don't know. I hear though this is like third-hand information that I did not confirm because it's more salacious this way. I hear they get 10 days off because of this like whole era change.
Cool. Plus the Golden Week?
I think it's included. I think it does include the
okay,
Golden
so
Week.
they get 3 extra days.
I thought Golden Week was 5 like work days.
Well, plus they get 10 work days off, so they're getting an extra week.
I don't
because
that's a good
because
point.
Golden
I don't
Week
know.
includes the Saturday and Sunday that they normally get off. Anyway.
You know, I don't know if it's. When I hear 10 days off, my mind goes to work days because
but that can't be right.
I'm like mentally abused, and I think of everything in terms of work and my freedom from it, my very limited freedom from it.
Donate. Hit the supply. Hit the support button on the.
We're only $10 away from going full time. I only need to make $10 to justify quitting. I'm desperate. Help! Send help.
Send ramen noodles.
But yeah, it might just be 3 extra days. I really have no idea. But all I know is that I heard 10 days off and I got so jealous. And I said, man, I'm jealous.
Well, we do have those, we are Japanese citizens, so why don't we just move back to Japan?
I don't think so. It's like super hard to become a citizen.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Like extremely hard. Like, you know how like in America, if you just marry a national, then like you become a citizen?
If you just get to America, you're already an American citizen.
After like a year or so, yeah. But like, I mean like through correct channels. In Japan, no. Like, you're still dirt. Even if you're like married there and have a kid there for like 20 years, you're still dirt. You have to like...
Go back, Bakagajin.
Yeah. Or what do they call the Koreans? It's
we can't say what they call Koreans.
I think Japanese swears are allowed on YouTube. What? Oh no! What do they call it? Hold on, pause. What do they call it? Look it up. I remember now. It's Zainichi. We had to take like a 20-minute pause, but it'll be edited in seamlessly. Yeah, so I think that
Zainichi. What does that roughly translate to? Cattle?
I don't know how it's written, so I don't know for sure. But I think it doesn't actually mean like Korean people living in Japan. I think it's like any foreigner maybe living in Japan. It just happens that it's mostly Koreans.
Don't they have something specifically for white?
No.
I thought Gaijin was just for white.
No, Gaijin is like guy is outside, and then Jin is
just
person.
outsider.
Yeah, it's
I guess it's just
outsider.
always applied to weeaboos. Yeah.
Well,
but then they have
only
something
in English.
specific for Koreans.
This is for like the Koreans who live there, I think. Maybe like on work visa type situations even. I don't know. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. Actually,
We're making up
Korea's
Japan
not
policy.
even real either. Like I made that up for the podcast. I thought it would be cool. But you know what else is cool? We are specifically where you can find more of our stuff.
Where can they find more of our stuff, Tom?
All right, I would personally, you can do whatever you want, but for me, I would go to Bit. I couldn't do it. I did the for me meme. I don't know.
For me,
yeah, for me, it's not even funny. It's not funny at all, but I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the for me meme. For me, I would go to bit.ly/all caps BG4UHQ. And that would take me to the Big Guy website, and where I could find links to the manga, links to the video games, links to the podcasts.
Whoa.
Well, kind of.
This is like a full media empire.
And links to the contact pages.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. That's for you ladies.
Yeah, please. Pretty please.
Please, can I have some coochie?
What was that Yang picture?
Here's a hose down. Get yourself some coochie.
I think in that one it said cooch, not coochie.
There's a bunch of them that are just Looney Tunes characters, like all
Why?
sad. They're like,
Wait, I have
please
seen
can I
those.
have some?
Did you send those to me?
Yeah,
Okay.
please can I have some coochie? They have like their arms out, like it's an item, like please.
Just go up to just a woman on the street. Please, ma'am.
I'm all out. I'm running low.
I'm all out.
Hey neighbor, can I borrow a glass of coochie?
Ooh, I'm gonna try that. That's a
Yeah.
good idea. Yeah. Yeah, there's no coochie there, unfortunately, on the BG4U website. Maybe in the future. I don't know. It's under development. It's like the GeoCities
section,
sites
yeah.
with the little gifs of like the construction workers.
Oh, you know what we need? We need a hit counter on the website.
No, it's too depressing. I don't want. Because when one person actually does visit it and they see the one there, they're like, well, maybe they reset it every hour.
Every couple minutes. It's,
Yeah.
It's how many times you have come there. It's
Yeah.
based on your cookie.
It's weird though, because it knows when it's me on my phone or my computer. Because
It's
it
smart.
saves the same
It's a
number.
personal, yeah. We're using big data.
Yeah, very smart. We track all your IPs, all of your. I don't know.
We're
what
gonna
else.
do IP config.
Yeah,
We're hacking
yeah.
your. I've traced
Wow,
this
dude.
IP. It's 127.168.00.
Full circle. Wow, we made it.
It's like pottery.
Yeah, basically. And what else about pottery? I think that's it.
Well, if you drop a piece of pottery, it explodes.
shatters. Yeah, that's
and if
true.
you crash this
Yeah.
plane, there's got to be no survivors.
Oh, there it is. He tied it in. I was wondering about that. Yeah, no survivors indeed.